everyone, and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. I am Nancy. This is my channel, and I wanted to do just a little bit of an introduction because we have had several new subscribers. So I thought I would take just a couple of minutes and introduce myself and tell you why I'm doing this and why you're watching me. So as you notice in the name, Kentucky Garden Gal, I am in the state of Kentucky in the United States of America, in the south central part of Kentucky, and we are a Zone 7. And I happen to live in an 1880 Folk Victorian. I have been here for 30 years, and I try to have an all four-season garden. I try to have something of interest in my garden all year long. My style is primarily cottage. I just like the herbaceous border look. I like the look of the cottage gardens in England. That's really where my inspiration is from. So I always say that this is a trial and error garden. And even though I have been gardening for 30 years, I will die not knowing everything there is to know about gardening. And I literally learn something new constantly. And as I learn those new things, I show you, I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if something doesn't work out or something doesn't look good, I show that to you because I want to be able to encourage you to garden, to grow things, and not to be discouraged thinking that your garden and your photos of your garden and your home have to look like something out of a magazine, because that's just not really realistic. That's not real life. That's not how real life works. So I also do a playlist called Thrifting Thursdays because I decided a long time ago that I didn't really want to pay retail unless I absolutely had to. So most of the things that you see in my home and in my garden are things that I have picked up from thrifting at Goodwills, yard sales, estate sales, Facebook Marketplace. Anytime I am doing a project, I try to source the materials secondhand through thrifting if possible. So that is a little bit about who I am and what I'm doing. So I wanted to wish all of you, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. I want to thank you. 2023 was a wonderful year for this channel. We just gained many new subscribers, and the Kentucky Garden Gal Facebook page has also been growing by leaps and bounds, and that's a place that I usually am on there every day posting, and that's an opportunity where we can just get to know each other a little bit better. So if you haven't joined that or you're not following that page, I'll put the link in the first description. But it has just been amazing and wonderful to get to know all of you, to get to introduce you to people that I've met, content creators that I really enjoy. And when I see something that I think is just really extraordinary, I always pass it on to you. So with that, there is a Facebook page on Facebook, and I am going to put a picture of the page up on the screen, and then I will put the link in the second comment. So the first comment will be our Kentucky Garden Gal Facebook page, and the second one will be a link to this Frugal Living page. I have just picked up extraordinary things from there. I needed a heater for my water bowls for my chickens, and I ended up getting one for $8, going straight to Amazon. But it's when you follow their links and use their discount codes that you're able to get these deep discounts. And everybody that I have shared this Facebook page with has just literally gone crazy because it's so varied. There's so many things on there. I can't tell you. It's just everything that you can think of is on there, from drones to shoes to makeup to bedding. If these ladies who run this page can find a discount, they pass it on to us. And it is just, it's a fun page to be on, and you really do save a lot of money unless you're just buying stuff that you absolutely have no need for. So I did want to pass that along to you, and then we're going to get into this week's video, which is thrifting. And I wanted to show you, I have showcased this framed print, and it is of fox hunting. Now, this is something that I have been looking for to go in my home for quite a long time. And, you know, I can remember 10 or 15 years ago, you saw these pretty regularly, you know, in thrift stores and places like that. They're just getting harder and harder to find. So the last time I was out thrifting, I always look through the framed prints, and I happened to find this one. So I'll tell you the reasons why I decided to pick this one up. I usually like them with more of the riders in the picture here, but you see there's two riders, of course the horses, and then notice the color of the jackets. That has significance. And then I really liked the dogs. To me, these look like some type of spaniels, and I just thought that those were really pretty. But it seems like you always find this print in a library of maybe a historic house. So the price that I paid for this was $19.99, which if you look at the size of the print, that is a very, very reasonable price. And I happened to get home and I was just looking over it more, and I did find an original price on the back for $195. So going forward, now some of the things I did want, this is like a plastic frame, and I was really looking for something that was maybe a little bit older. I don't think that this print is terribly old, even though it is framed beautifully. I would just like something a little bit older. And another thing, when you are shopping for prints, any type of print, you want to make sure that your print doesn't have any fading due to light. And you know, unfortunately that just happens. I've noticed in the den where I have a leather sofa, the arm that's next to the light, it's a little bit discolored, so I'm going to have to put some protector over that. But light can really do some damage to your prints. But this one, there was absolutely no issues there. And I also really like the expression on this hunter's face, and I really like his mustache. So there were a lot of things that I really did like about this print that I decided to go ahead and pick it up. But going forward, if I happen to come across something that I like better, I am certain I can definitely make my money back, and probably a little bit more. I would sell this on Facebook Marketplace since it is so large. So let's get into a couple of other things that I picked up. I really didn't find very many things. We went after Christmas. Before Christmas, everything, it's gonna have a glare on it. I hope that doesn't bother y'all. Before Christmas, it just seemed like the racks there just wasn't a lot of new merchandise coming out. And then after Christmas, when we went, it just looked like it had really been picked over, like you had gone maybe on a Sunday when they had either the half price or the 99-cent sale. Everything was just really picked over. But I did manage to pick up some things, this being the major one that I found. Another little thing that I found, let me put my glasses on so I can tell you how much I paid for it. This was $2.59, and this, I really like copper in my kitchen, and so this just holds the utensils. I have quite a bit of copper sitting around the fireplace in the kitchen, and then I'll just use this beside the stove to hold utensils in. So I really like that, and yeah, that'll do just fine. I thought it looked very nice, wasn't dented or anything like that. So as you all know, Cameron loves DVDs, and he loves to collect those. So he found 4 movies, and like I've told you many, many times before, I always open them up to make sure that they are in the case. Now, I bought one of those cleaners that I got it from Amazon, but it cleans your DVD player. So since I regularly clean my DVD player, I just don't have hardly any trouble at all with the DVDs that I find. And I think if they, always check, but if they were terribly scratched, I really don't think that they would be selling them. So I'm being a gardener and being out in the sun, I'm always looking for hats, and I really like these little visors. I think these are maybe $1.59 or $1.99. I'm not quite sure, but the maker is Croft and Barrow, and it looks like it's never been worn. I mean, there's no, it's not soiled in here whatsoever. So, and I liked the gold, and I do like to keep the sun off of my face just as much as possible when I'm outside, and I do wear sunscreen as a moisturizer all year long because I am so fair skinned. So I've often talked about the fact that I have my oldest son, he does concrete, and he is so hard on work clothes, so hard. So I have taken it upon myself. I think he got 2 new pairs of Carhartt work pants from his girlfriend for Christmas, but he really likes to wear flannels, and then he likes to layer it with these shirts. So I picked, let's see what brand this is. This is Propel Bass Engineered. And I picked both of these up. I think they were on the $6 rack, but I wanted to tell you because I know you all are probably thinking, well, she always finds the best things. And that's because I spend a lot of time looking for these things. So if I am looking, say I'm looking for my son some work shirts, I will go to his size in the shirt section, the men's department, and I will literally go through every single one of those shirts, and I'll start taking them out, and I will put them in my cart. So I'll go through the entire rack, and then when I finish, I will go through and pick out the best ones out of the ones I've pulled. That way I always feel like I've found everything there that could be found, and then I always try to get him the best quality of clothing that I can find. So with that being said, I came across these work pants, and the name of them is Mars Gear. Make sure you can see that. That is, make sure I got the name tag. That's the name tag right there. But when I was going through the rack, I could feel these and know that they were a good quality jean. Right there is more branding. So I noticed that they had these little things, a lot of the side pockets. There was just, these are good, substantial pants. So I decided to pick those up. I think those were also $6. I couldn't find anything that had, I think the color of the day was blue, and that was already gone by the time I had gotten there, which was fine. So I found a size when I was in the store of these. My son wears a 34 to 36, and he needs a 34 in length. Well, I could see the 36 on here, but I couldn't tell where the length was. So what I ended up doing, I went over and I found a pair of pants that was marked 36, and I measured them, like the leg length, to see if these were close. Well, I thought they were. For $12, I just went ahead and picked these up for him. Well, when I got these home and got them out in better lighting and started looking, I realized that these are a 36-32. But I looked this brand up, and these pants sell for $32 to $44 on their website. So what I'm gonna do, I paid $12 for both pair. I'll put these on Facebook Marketplace for $25. Somebody that can wear this size is going to get 2 really good pairs of pants, and I'm going to double my money. So not anything that I regret there. I just, like I said, I could not see the length of these pants while I was in the store, but I wasn't familiar with the brand, but I knew I had a good quality pair of pants there for men. So the last thing that I want to show you, I found this little magazine rack which folds up for storage. I really like this. It's brass. It has elephants, but when you open it up, the elephants are kind of on the inside. So you're looking at it kind of like this. And this was $5.99, and I often, if I'm sitting down watching a video or whatever, I'm usually paying bills, making notes, making a list, going through stuff for taxes. Like, I've always got something that I'm doing, and I just need, whatever I'm working on, a place to put it, and I can take this and easily move it wherever I'm gonna be. So it'll mainly stay beside my recliner, but if I ever power through all of my work, I can just easily fold that up and store it, and then it'll be out of the way. So that is what I found in this week's thrifting. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I always forget to say anything about subscribing or liking or leaving a comment or hitting the notification bell. All of those good things, that helps my channel, which is a tiny, tiny, tiny channel in the gardening world, get noticed just a little bit more. So if you don't care to do that, if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate if you would do that and hit all the bells and buzzers. Just like everything you can find. That would be wonderful if you like the video, of course. But this is what I want to leave you with. So we have a tradition in our family for Christmas, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away. But watch this video. This is how we'll end, and then you have to help me to remember what I need to do for next Christmas. That's all I'll say. I don't want to give it away. So thanks so much for watching this video on thrifting, and don't forget to go on Facebook, check out my page, the Frugal page that I'm going to share for you, and then watch this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. So the limit was 1, and Portia went over the limit and got 2.
But I see it as an investment in the farm, so I wanted to do that for Grandpa and
Aww. And then Colton has to put them up. Colton's got to put them up.
He's got to put them up.